Well, I'm back in my corner spot with my coffee, sitting in front of my prized possession, a print of Mona Connor's painting that depicts a passage from the writings of Emanuel Swedenborg where he talks about the spirit being like a bird of paradise, so close to us that we could almost see it, but just beyond the range of our present eyes. I love that depiction of the spiritual world, the world beyond our present eyes that actually has a huge relationship with this material existence that we're all living. Anyway, a side note for those of you who've been appreciating this painting behind me. Side, but perhaps central. Because unlike the last video I think I recorded in this corner where I just invited you to share a cup of coffee with me and be present, be still together, the message I want to offer today is one step beyond, an invitation to be and to create together. Hopefully some of you have already received this invitation. Social media advertising is not my strong suit, so we're doing our best to get the word out there, and I'm doing my best to get the word out there. But next Sunday, December 21st, the winter solstice, the darkest night of the year, we're going to be launching a 7-month journey through the days of creation. A 7-month journey through the days of creation and the stages of spiritual growth and development that each day represents. On this journey that we're all on of change, of regeneration, of moving from that state of innocence we were born into as newborn babies to that state of innocence with wisdom that we're called to experience through the course of our lives and our maturation. That journey of knowing ourselves without knowing it to be one with everything, to the experience of knowing ourselves to be one with everything and knowing it in our mind, in our heart, in our body. I wonder if you can sense how you are on that journey of remembering yourself to be one with everything. And where there may be parts of you that are totally on board and parts of you that are still resisting, integrating that knowing. This is what we're going to explore together on this journey, and I'm really excited to try this new thing. And as I've articulated to some of the collaborators who are coming in to help lead and co-create this experience, this is our first creation series, our first creation journey. I have a sense it will not be our last. So any ideas of what it has to be, and it's, I have my mind and heart are so full of ideas, and I'm learning to accept that some of those ideas are for later and some of those ideas are for now. And it's just time, it's time to try something new and get started. And if you're hearing this message and this resonates with you and you feel a little tug to be involved in some way, what I'm asking you to do is to trust that tug and really give your attention to that. More than having a lot of people participating in every piece of the offerings that are coming together for the creation series, more than the metrics of participation, what's going to give me the greatest joy in putting on this new endeavor is how much this creation journey might inspire people, humans, my fellow siblings on this planet, to give your own attention to your own tug, your own longing, your own experience of being recreated within. And that joy will be overwhelming if you are willing to give your attention to that tug in yourself, and then share that with others, either through words, through presence, through art, through, I don't know, whatever calls to you. It's going to give me so much joy if this creation series can inspire that willingness to give our attention to our own recreation, and then to bring that to others, and then see how we might be called to create together. And perhaps to your brain, that whole suggestion sounds a little bit ungrounded or wifty, or I don't quite understand. But maybe your soul does understand. And so again, if there's just like a little bit of you that gets what I'm saying, a little bit of you that just feels a desire to wonder and to be open, please join us. Please join me. Please join us on this next leg of the journey. This creation series has been long in the emergence, in the making, and it's not perfect, and I don't quite know how it's all gonna play out, but I'm so excited when I imagine being a part of a movement of humans giving their attention to this journey of regeneration, of recreation that I deeply believe is occurring within all of us all of the time. And then bringing our treasures to each other. Not only bringing our treasures to each other, but supporting each other, holding each other along this creation journey. Because the truth is, we discover treasures along the way, and it is often a perilous path. It's scary to change. It requires a whole lot of letting go along the way, a whole lot of coming into awareness. And I know a deep part of my longing is to create and build a community that can be a support to each other along that perilous journey, because likely it comes from my own aloneness along the way, and having wished there were more people to accompany me. So I'd like to accompany you, and I'd like us to accompany each other. And we're going to start this next Sunday. And there are so many beautiful containers that are being created that I invite you to join in each month. I've mentioned some of them, I believe, already. You've seen flyers. Reverend Sue Turley is going to lead a circle holding a container for expressive art as a way of nurturing that longing within, listening to ourselves and what's seeking to emerge. My new friend and beloved mentor, Judith Lathine, is going to be offering a writers group, a writers circle, to encourage us to self-reflect and look and listen through the art of writing. My husband and I will be leading a dream group to offer a container for listening to our dreams as a way of nurturing and listening to what is longing to be created. Reverend Sarah Walker from Australia is going to be offering a reflective space to look at this journey of the 7 days and of regeneration in relationship to what Swedenborg tells us occurs when we awaken from death in the spiritual world. This journey of regeneration in very many ways is about awakening from death into life. And her mind is lit up in her own regeneration journey and has so much to give us to share about what this whole process is, to give us a little more grounding in where we're headed. And then the latest container that has come together very quickly and easily and beautifully is Chelsea Odner will be leading a group using the modality of internal family systems to hold space for us to reflect on what's emerging through the beings that we are, through the internal communities that we hold in ourselves, and how in getting familiar with that internal family system, that internal community, that she sees great parallels between the internal community and then just this community that we have with the spiritual world, how we can become more familiar with that to sense into what is coming, what is emerging, what is being created within us. My global prayer, our global prayer gathering that actually is going to happen just a few minutes after I'm done recording this with Reverend George Majero back out in Kenya. We'll continue through the creation series, and we'll spend our time during that prayer service reflecting on each day. So join us there to be on this journey. And there are some other collaborations emerging. The New Earth, Exploring New Earth community at the Wayfarers Chapel will dedicate the second Sundays of the month of their gathering to the creation journey, to creation reflection, and I'll join them. So Dave and I, Reverend Dave Brown and I, will be able to hold space for this conversation. And maybe that's it, and maybe there's more. You know, we're getting started on December 21st, but this is a creation journey, and each month it'll build. So if you feel inspired to create another form as a part of this, get in touch. Let's see. And one last grounding point for this journey is that on the second Thursdays of the month, and I encourage you to put it on your calendar, everyone will be holding a space for all of us who are on this journey in all our varied ways to come together and share what's emerging. Maybe a show and tell kind of an experience. What's emerging as we reflect on each day of creation and this journey. What's emerging within us as individuals, and what's emerging maybe even collectively. I mean, it seems like something is moving in the world. Not that this creation journey is not just for one of us, that it's for all of us. And I see around many forms emerging, many new forms emerging to make space for new kinds of community. And what I'm doing here is just one new form. And it won't be for everybody, but it might be for you. And I'm just so excited for who may hear this and say yes and come. We're already running into crazy technical difficulties as our website crashes, and I know it's all sort of emerging. Maybe my inner critic is quite upset with how it's all going. But my soul feels content and at peace and in love and in joy, and confident that where 2 or 3 are gathered, really, really beautiful things can emerge. And so even if we only get together a small group of humans from around the globe, great things might emerge between and among us. So if you're feeling that pull, that longing to say yes, first, give your attention to that longing. Take this as a sign that it's time to listen to that longing. And if this container feels like a place where you can nurture that longing, join our container in the way that works for you. And let's see. Let's see what might come, what might be created between us. And I trust that just like each day of creation ends, it will all be very, very good. All right. Many blessings, friends.